Hey guys, how are you? So today we are going to do a full body flexibility flow. It's going to be all the fundamental postures because those are the ones that help me the most. And I remember when I started yoga, I wish I had a flow that I could do not every day, but a couple of times a week, and that would help me progress and that would help me get more flexible and open and make me feel stronger. And so I thought, why not create that now and share it with you. And you don't need anything except for your mat and yourself, but if you usually practice with blocks, I would recommend to have them here so you can get them whenever you need them. And it's going to be about an hour long. So you have an hour to yourself to just enjoy flowing and breathing, and I hope you like it. And when you're ready, let's start on the mat. We're going to start in child's pose. Maybe the knees can be a little wider than you would usually do, and the toes come together, and then we will just lay the forehead to the mat. You can bring the arms behind you if that feels better, or have them out in front. Let the elbows be heavy. The hips sit heavy on the heels. And let's just breathe here for a second. This is your time of the day. You don't need to think about anything else. Maybe you can see it as your gift to yourself. Half an hour, just you. No worries, especially during this busy holiday season. Just being here, being present, and everything else can come later. Let's take one more breath. And with your next inhale, come up into tabletop. Shoulders are above the wrists, the hips are above the knees. And we will just do a short wrist warm up. I like to do that whenever I practice. It just keeps them healthy. You rock forward, gripping the mat here, and rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, rock forward. Exhale, rock back. Bring the hands out to the side and do the same thing. Inhale over to the right. Exhale to the left. Inhale to the right. Exhale to the left. Put the fingers facing backwards. Turn the hands facing backwards. And then we will lean to stretch the wrists and the inner arms. Exhale here. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Maybe you can even stretch the fingers a little more, because a lot of us work with computers and use the hands a lot, so we never really stretch them out. This feels good. And come back. Bring the hands back to neutral. And then come on onto the tops of the wrists. Be careful with it. Straighten your arms if you can. And then lower down, bending the elbows. And coming back up, straightening. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, coming back up. And come back to neutral. And this last thing we're going to do is to strengthen the wrists. And if you want to have a little less intensity, you will go back a little further. If you want to have a good amount of intensity, stay over your wrists with your shoulders or even further forward. That's going to be really hard. So anyway, what we're going to do is lift the palms up at the same time. So grip the mat and then on an exhale, lift up the palms. Inhale, come back. Exhale, up. Inhale. Exhale, up. Inhale. Exhale, up. Now if you're really strong in the wrists, you can even do that in plank. I can't do it, but if you feel like it, try it out. Okay, so now from here we're just going to do a few cat-cows to warm up. Inhale, drop the belly, chest comes forward through the arms, and exhale. Core is in, navel to spine, round the back. Inhale, chest comes through, belly is heavy, and exhale, round the back, press out of the hands. Inhale, chest comes through, you can look up, and exhale, round the back. One more time, inhale, belly is heavy, and exhale, round the back. Come back to neutral, and then come onto the feet, and just push your hips up and back for first downward facing dog. Now before you think of all the alignment, let's just pedal up the feet here, because this might be your first movement of the day, and I'm a big fan of warming up slowly. So just pedal onto the feet, maybe sway the hips a little bit, whatever feels good. Bring the thighs to the chest, maybe one heel down, then the other, whatever feels good. This is your time, your half hour. You can make it as comfortable as you want. Now, when you're ready, find a little bit of stillness. Press into the mat. Press the mat away. You want to create space from your wrists to your shoulders to your back. The hips go up and back towards the far corner of the room. Your kneecaps are pulling up. The core is in. You want to press the mat away. And then bring your biceps forward and your triceps a little bit further back. So you have a long line in the spine from the mat to the hips. And then find stillness here. On your next inhale, come high up on the toes and then sink the heels over to your left side. Stretch the right side of the body. Inhale to the side here and exhale. Inhale, come up to the tiptoes and exhale, drop the heels to the right side and stretch the left side of your body. Inhale, come up on the tiptoes, and from here, just walk towards the front of the mat. for a forward fold. We're going to do a ragdoll position first. The feet can be hip width, and you're just going to wrap opposite elbows. Let the head hang heavy. Sway into your side, whatever feels good. The knees can certainly be bent as much as you need. Just relax the neck. The neck is not doing anything. And stretch it out here. Inhale, halfway lift. If you can't reach the floor, no problem. You can just hold on to the shin, but you want to have a flat back. Inhale here, and exhale. Your left leg steps back for a runner's lunge. Your hips want to face the floor in this one. You want to be high on the tiptoes. The heart shines forward. You're not down here. You're looking in front of you. And then I am always swaying back and forth, whatever feels good for you. Feel the opening of the hips. You can drop them low here. Just stay on the tiptoes. Stay active in the leg. And then on an exhale, bring the right leg back to a plank. On that same exhale, we're going into chaturanga. You can drop the knees into chaturanga. Inhale, roll over your toes. Bring your chest through the arms, looking up for upward facing dog. And exhale, hips up and back for downward facing dog. Let's do the same thing for the other side. Let's walk forward however you can or want. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, fold here. Your legs can be bent still. Inhale, halfway lift, come up, straight back, however that feels good for you. And then on an exhale, bring the right leg back into a runner's lunge. Same thing here, high on the tiptoes. The hips are facing the mat, they're not opening to the side. And your heart wants to come forward. That's why I stay on my fingertips here, and you can even stay on blocks, but you have a nice opening and stretching the psoas more as if you would just be down here. One more inhale, and on an exhale, come back to plank. Same exhale, we lower chaturanga, the elbows are in, look forward. Inhale, roll over the feet, look up now, chest comes through. And exhale, hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Now from here, we're just going to warm up a little more before we go into more of a flow. Inhale, high on the tiptoes, roll into plank. Now in this plank, push the floor away. You want to broaden the shoulder blades. The kneecaps are lifted. The tailbone is tucked. Do not have the hips up here. You know, the bum sticking out. Have them tucked. The tailbone wants to go to the heels. And now press the mat away. Everything is active. This is a full body strengthening pose. And I mean, if you only did this one in your classes, you would Be super strong. Stay here. We will stay for 5, 4, press the mat away, make space in your shoulder blades. 3, 2, 1. Come back into downward facing dog. Let's breathe here. So anyway, plank is a great way to warm up, or just so as a workout on your own. I love to do it in every single class. And if you want to do it as a workout on your own, you could try to hold it for a minute or 2, however long you can manage. One more inhale. And on an exhale, come back to plank. Let's do that one more time. Press the mat away. Create space in the shoulder blades. The core is in, navel to spine. Tailbone is going back towards the heels. The legs are active. You can come high onto the toes to make it a full body strengthening workout, basically. And then you can even come over the wrists to the fingertips if you want to strengthen your wrists. Stay for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to downward facing dog. One more inhale here. And on your next inhale, you want to lift up the right leg. Exhale, bring the knee to your triceps. Put the foot down besides the right hand and drop the left knee. We're going for a lizard here. You can untuck the back toes and just stay up here on the hands. Or if you want to feel more of a hip stretch, you can come onto the elbows. Try to have a long back. Do not close everything off. Just like the runner's lunge, you want to be open and look forward. And if you want, you can come on the outside of the right foot, open to the side. Maybe bring the hand to the knee and revolve the chest open for more of an inner hip stretch. Inhale, come back, tuck the toe. Stay here in this high lizard. And then on your next inhale, bring that left leg forward beside the left hand. And now you can drop the hips down for a yogi squat, malasana. Straighten the spine. I always press the hips out with my elbows, and I have prayer hands, but you don't have to do that. You can be here. It feels much better this way though. And then bring the shoulders over the hips and straighten the spine even more. Put your left hand on the ground with your upper arm in front of your knee, and then open to the side. Bring the right hand up, up, to twist the body open to the right side. Inhale here. Exhale. One more inhale, twist open. And exhale, come back to center. Let's try the same thing On the left side, the right upper arm is in front of the knee, hand down. Inhale, left hand up. Twist the chest open. Inhale here. Exhale, come back to center. Now, bring your toes in, so you can come into a half forward fold on an inhale. Exhale, fold here over your legs. Inhale, halfway up. And now we will bring the right leg back. Drop the right knee down for a lizard pose here. And if you want, you can come onto the elbows like on the other side. Look forward. The heart is trying to reach forward. And if you want, you can roll onto the outside of the foot here. Bring the hand to the knee. And then open your chest up to the ceiling. Come back to center, tuck the toe under, and then same thing. On an exhale, bring the right leg next to your right hand. Drop the hips low for Malasana. Now we can do the same thing here, but maybe you want to try a little bit of a bind. Bring the left hand on the floor. Open up to the right, inhale. Exhale, maybe your right hand finds your left hip crease and you can open up here. And if you want to go further, you can take that left hand, bring it around the knee, and then find your other hand. Assist yourself opening the chest. Inhale, release, and exhale. Come back to center. Now the other side. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, right hip crease if you want. Inhale, bring the arm around the knee. Want to find your other hand or wrist. And then exhale. Twist open a little further. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, release. Exhale. Come back to center. Toes come in parallel to each other for a half forward fold, and exhale, fold here. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, step into a plank for a vinyasa. Same exhale, lower chaturanga, look forward. Inhale, upward facing dog, look up. The chest comes through. And exhale, hips up and back for a downward facing dog. Inhale, bring the right leg up. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, right leg extends, three-legged dog. Inhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, right leg extends. Exhale, right leg between the hands and drop your left knee down. Now prop yourself up onto your right thigh. We're going to do a low lunge. The hips are square to the mat, facing forward. The right hip comes back, and the left hip wants to come forward, and we'll stay with the chest open and not leaning forward as much if that's possible. Now if you want, you can inhale and bring the arms up, look up, and stay here. The glutes are active to assist the opening in the psoas on the left side, and your hips want to go forward and down. One more inhale. On an exhale, straighten that right leg. Bring the hands to the mat and set up for a half split. Now in half split, the hips are square still. The heel presses down and the hips go up and back. But you want to make sure that the right hip here goes back, the left hip comes forward, so you're staying in that square shape. Inhale, long spine here, and exhale, fold over your leg in whatever capacity you feel is right for you. The leg is active, the front leg is active. I am pressing into the mat with my heel. I'm pulling the hip up and back. And then whenever I exhale, I try to make space. Inhale, come up into your low lunge. Bring the hands up. And exhale, come back into half split. Let's go through this a couple more times. Inhale, hands up, low lunge, hips go forward and down. And exhale. Half splits, fold over your leg. Inhale, one more time. And exhale. Inhale here, low lunge. Hands come down and frame your foot, toes tucked under. And then come and bring your feet together at the top of the mat. Inhale for a halfway lift and exhale, forward. Inhale, arms up, gazes up, and exhale, hands to your heart. Let's go through this on the other side as well. Inhale, hands up, gaze up, exhale, forward fold. Look to your navel if that's possible. Inhale, halfway up, straight back. Exhale, step back into your plank and lower chaturanga, looking forward, the elbows are in. Inhale, upward facing dog, look up. Exhale, hips up and back for downward facing dog. Let's get straight into it. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, knee to your nose. Inhale, left leg lifts, three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to your nose, round the back. Inhale, three-legged dog. And exhale, knee to your nose, step through so your foot is in between your hands. Drop the right knee down and prop yourself up onto your thigh. The hips are square. The left hip wants to go back, the right wants to go forward. Maybe you can feel it too and see if everything is aligned to the front of the mat. The glute is active, so the opening can happen here. Press yourself back so the chest is open and just stay here for a couple of breaths. If you want, you can inhale and bring the arms up. Just breathe. And exhale. Bring the hands to the mat. Straighten that left leg. Now, as I said, press the heel down, the hip comes up and back, and on an exhale, fold over your front leg. The leg is active, the core is engaged, navel to spine. Try to fold from the lower back. It's not a bad thing if you round the back. That really is no problem. It will take the stretch away, a little further away from the hamstring. But if you want to stretch the hamstring more, try to lengthen. If you inhale like this, lengthen from the low back, exhale, fold. You will feel it much more in this area. Inhale, come back to low lunge, bring the arms up. And let's flow through it. Exhale, half split, fold. Inhale, come up, gaze up, low lunge. Exhale, fold over your half split. Inhale. Last time, look up. Exhale, fold, half split. Inhale, gazes up. And now bring the right leg to meet the front for a halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. And exhale. Pray your hands. Let's stand here for a second. And breathe. Inhale, arms up, gaze up. Exhale, fold over your legs. Inhale, halfway lift, look forward. Exhale, step back and lower chaturanga. Elbows are in, core is in. Inhale, roll over your toes. Open the chest for your upward facing dog. And exhale, come back into your downward facing dog. Let's breathe here for a second. Now inhale, lift the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Come on the tips of your fingers. Hips are square again. And on your next inhale, we will come up into this high lunge, a crescent lunge. You're high on the tiptoes here, very high. And you try to sink into the front leg, but don't worry too much about the sinking. Just try to get a Good stretch in the psoas here. Extend through the arms here. Inhale. Bring the hands to your chest in prayer. And exhale, hands back. Bow forward over your right leg. This is a humble warrior. Now you can come forward a little bit with your left toe there because we're going up into warrior 3 and you don't want to make it too hard for stepping up. So inhale, bring your hands to the chest for prayer or however it feels comfortable, and then step up into warrior 3. Woo! I'm almost touching our windows here. Let's stay here for a couple more breaths. The hips are square to the mat again. We're not opening to the side like a half moon, trying to be square. Now exhale, bend the knee, the right knee, and then maybe 3 or 4 feet behind you. Your foot can land. You're going to angle yourself over your front leg for a pyramid pose and then fold over that straight leg. We are still in square hip land, no opening yet. So try to bring the right hip back, left hip forward. Inhale, bring your left leg forward to meet the right, halfway lift, and exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift, and then from here, just step back into a plank, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Exhale, step it through the hands. Come onto the fingertips, hips are square, facing the mat. And inhale, come up into your crescent lunge. High on the tiptoes again. Bring the right hip forward, left hip back. Stretch through the arms and look up. Inhale, hands to prayer. Exhale, like wings, back behind you, lean forward. And from here, bring the foot in. I don't have enough space. I'm trying to go back a little. And on an inhale, step up into your warrior 3. Stay here. The hips are still squaring. Try to bring the right hip more down. Don't open it to the side. Bring it down. Foot is active. I like to flex it to have more of a square space. And then on an exhale, bend your left leg and bring your foot down maybe 3 feet behind you. Angle yourself over the front leg, which is straight now, and exhale, fold. Inhale, come up into a halfway lift. Step the right foot forward to meet the left. Inhale, halfway lift. And on an exhale, you can step back or jump back into chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale,
downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg lifts. Now we bend at the knee and we open to the side. You can even come onto the fingertips of the right hand. Bring the knee to the ceiling and the heel to your glute. You can come up on the tiptoes, whatever feels good. And exhale. Bring the foot through. Step it in between the hands. And now we open to the side. The heel plants parallel. You're setting it up heel to arch, and you will come up into your warrior two. Sink into the hips. You want your knee over your heel. You don't want to be too much here or too much sinking. You want to be right over it. And your hips are open to the side now. Now try to soften that left hip as well so it can come down. And then bring the arms out to the side. I always breathe in and breathe out to have the arms drop out and be relaxed at the shoulders and have them be straight. And then I look over my front arm. Stay here. This is a fundamental pose, yet I always start sweating when I do it so much. Inhale, reverse your warrior, the palm comes up. Open and stretch the side body. And then exhale, straighten that right leg. Pull forward with your hand over your right leg. And when you can't pull anymore, bring the right hand down to your shin, to your foot, wherever it lands. Look up and imagine you're standing at a wall and you want to be flat on the wall with your whole back side. So the hip has to roll open, the lower hip has to tuck under. Your back, or I should say the chest is revolved open. You're looking up if that's comfortable. And breathe here. One more inhale. And on an exhale, bend at the knee again. Bring the elbow on that knee. And then the arm comes up and over the head for an extended side angle. You want to be one long line from the tips of the fingers to your toes. Look up under the arm. And again, you want to revolve the chest open, but you do not want to have a back bend, so engage the core here. Stay for a little while longer. One more breath. Inhale, come up into warrior two. Exhale, hands to the mat for your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg lifts. Now here again, you can bend at the knee. Bring the heel to your glute. Maybe you want to even come to the tips of the fingers on your left hand and open to the side. Open your hips. And exhale, step that left leg through. Plant the heel down, the back heel down, and come up into warrior two on the left side. Again, the knee is over the ankle.
line yourself up, heel to arch. Drop the right hip down. The hips are open. Inhale here and exhale. Drop the shoulders down. And look over your left arm. Also remember that you want to have the knee pressing out to the side, not having it collapse in. Press it out to the side. Inhale, palm up. Reverse your warrior. Exhale, straighten that left leg. And reach forward as far as you can. Drop that left hand down. Look up. And imagine you're standing at that wall again. The right hip is rolling open. The left hip is tucking under. You want to have a long side body. Not only the upper side, but also the lower side. If you feel like you're too close up because you're coming way too far down, don't feel bad to stay here. This is a great stretch and it's still the same. So whatever feels good, try to have two long sides. If you want to make it a little more active, you can also have the hand flying around here. That's way harder. Okay, inhale, bring the right knee back over the ankle. Put the left elbow on the left knee and then bring the arm up and over the head to stretch that whole right side body. One straight line from the top to the bottom. You're reaching in two opposite directions to feel a really good stretch on the side body. The chest is open, no back bend. Inhale, come back into warrior two. Wow, we're holding the poses really long, so you're likely going to shake a little in the legs. That's great though, means that you're working. Bring the hands back to the mat for an exhale. And chaturanga. Inhale. Upward facing dog. Exhale. Downward facing dog. Breathe here. Reset everything. The hard work is done. We're just going to cool down now. Inhale, come high on the tiptoes. And exhale, jump forward through the arms if you can. If not, bring the legs through and out in front of you. And we're setting up for Paschimottanasana, a seated forward fold. Bring your hands by the side of your hips. Sit up straight. Usually, or for some people, this is already enough. The core is in, sitting straight with the legs extended. But if you have more in you, you can inhale, bring the arms up. And exhale, hinge from the hips to come forward. Try to have that long spine again. The low back wants to extend. And if you found your maximum depth, it's completely okay to round in and relax. I am going to hold the sides of my feet. I am flexing the feet always, so I have much more of an active stretch and a much more stretch in the hamstring, whatever feels good. I'm also looking forward so I can stretch the back a little more, but whatever you like best. And then when you feel ready,
Look down, neck is long, and just fold over your legs. Inhale, come up. Slowly, slowly, slowly. And on an exhale, bring your heel to your inner thigh. And face your right knee. We're going to do a side stretch here. So face the right knee. Bring that right arm up. And then bend over your left leg. Try to have the chest open like we did in an extended side angle. You don't want to come down here. You want to stay here and maybe look up. It doesn't matter if you reach the foot. Maybe you can reach it, maybe not. It's the same stretch for everyone. I could grab it, but I feel like the opening is not the same as I would be up here. So I'm going to stay. Breathe. Feel the side body stretch. And inhale. Come up. Let's do the other side. Bring the left heel into the inner thigh. Angle yourself over the left knee. Bring the left arm up. And then fold over your right leg. Chest is open. Look up if it's possible, but if it doesn't feel good, you can also look down. Just listen inward and see what feels good for you today. Again, I could try to grab the foot. No, doesn't feel the same. I will stay here. And inhale, come up. Cross out the ankles. We're going to do a short hip stretch here as well before we end our practice. Have that left shin parallel to the front of the mat. Bring the right leg on top of it. And just as you would be stacking fire logs, you want to stack your shins on top of each other. Feet are flexed to protect the knees. Inhale, extend here. Also, if this isn't feeling good for you, you can also just have the foot right in front of you. It doesn't matter, you can also lean forward like this. If it feels good, stack it. If not, leave it out in front of you. Inhale, extend, exhale, come forward and fold over your fire log legs. This is a very intense hip stretch, so don't worry if you need a few seconds to adjust. And again, the hips go back and the spine extends.
And I'll come back up and switch it out. Maybe do a little bit of a windshield wiper in between. And then bring the right leg square, parallel to the front of the mat. I was going to say that. And then stack the left shin on top of it. Feet are flexed. Inhale, extend through the spine. And exhale, come forward. Find the position that works for you. Maybe it's one leg out in front of you today. Maybe your flexibility changes. I think that's completely normal. Some days I feel better, some days I feel worse, and always modify to my needs. On each exhale, try to release the hips. You don't need any tension in there. And come up. Extend the legs out. Give them a little shake. And then slowly roll down your spine to the mat. Extend the legs out. And bring the right knee in and the left for Apanasana. Squeeze the legs to your core. Release the lower back. Feels good. You can even draw circles like that too. It's like a massage. And then when you're ready, extend the right leg down, bring the right knee over to the right side. The shoulders want to stay on the mat, and look to the opposite side for a side stretch. It's a really great twist for the end of practice. Try to not have the knee weight up here. Try to bring it down and away to extend the spine, twist and extend it. And inhale, come back. Bring both legs in. When you're ready, the left leg extends. And you want to bring the knee over to the left side. Shoulder stays on the mat. And you're looking over your right shoulder. Inhale, bring both knees in. And when you're ready, release the legs. Bring the heels out to both corners of the mat. The hands come down by the sides, palms up. And you can release all the work we just did. The body becomes heavy. Just breathe on your own terms. No need to control anything. And drop into that space of relaxation and rest for Shavasana. Please feel free to stay here for as long as you want. I will make time for at least 5 minutes. And then I'll see you the next time on the mat. Hopefully, thank you for practicing with me today.